Procrastination is that thing that stops us from achieving our wildest dreams. So it's very important to be able to control it. I'm going to share with you 4 tools that I've developed over the years that has helped me to control it and fight it efficiently. These tools you are not going to find anywhere in the internet because they are the result of my personal experience. It's very important you stay until the end of the video because combining these 4 tools and applying them efficiently is going to help you to control procrastination. It's going to help you to start the projects that you always wanted to start and to be able to accomplish it. Let's get started. The first tool is called awareness. And awareness is very important because you need to detect the procrastination thoughts before they become a reality, before you start actually procrastinating. So you need to be aware, you need to be vigilant, and I'm going to show you how to do it. First, I need to explain how this works. The mind, your brain, is an instrument designed to help you find solutions. When it detects that you feel anxiety for some tasks because you are stressed about it, stressed about starting those tasks because you feel it requires a lot of effort, the mind is going to try to eradicate the cause of the stress, which is the task in hand. And it's going to play all the tricks in the book. It's going to try to convince you that, for example, you can leave it for tomorrow because it's already too late. Or it's going to try to attack your self-worth, like, for example, saying you cannot do this is too difficult for you. Or there are people that have already tried this and have years of experience and do it much better than you, and things like this. If you believe those thoughts, and that's the problem, a chain of chemical reaction is triggered in the body. The thought becomes a chemical reality and is already taking over you, taking over your body, and that's already too late. There is nothing you can do. So it's very important to detect that before that happens. And the way to detect that is awareness. One important thing you need to know is that you are not your mind and you are not your thoughts. That's the basic principle. Many people identify themselves with the thoughts and they think, I am thinking. No, you are not thinking. You are just listening to your mind thoughts, and it's up to you to believe them or not. You are in control. You are not your mind and you are not your thoughts. That separates you already straight away. And I like the metaphor like the mind and the mental state is a hurricane. There are 200 kilometers per hour wind thoughts. And you are in that hurricane and you cannot do anything. You are just driven by the wind. But if you separate yourself and you go to the center of the hurricane, the eye of the hurricane, where everything is still, then you can see the thoughts. You can still see them, but you are not driven by the wind anymore. So we need to transition to that stillness, that center of ourselves, where everything is calm and you are not driven by the wind of your mind, and you can take the decisions and control what to believe and what not to believe. In order to transition to that center, you need to use breathing first to calm your mind, to calm the thoughts, just enough time to be able to willingly observe your thoughts. Once you become an observer, you are distancing yourself more and more from the mind, until you become to a point where you are calm. You are totally not identified with the thoughts and you can just watch them. That's the core of meditation, what I just described, and is a way of active meditation that you can do at all times during the day. You can be aware of yourself at all times, detecting thoughts of giving up and thoughts that are not going to help you. So remember, you need to breathe. You need to be vigilant and you need to detect when the procrastination thoughts are about to appear. The second tool is to keep the thrill. So, you need some motivation to start the project. You need some motivation to start the action. And if you are vigilant, that's very good, but you still need to start the action. Let's say, for example, I want to go to the gym and I need to wake up at 5:30 a.m. All right, I put the alarm, I wake up. First thought that the mind says, oh, you can sleep a bit more, right? It's trying to make me give up. But I am aware of that because I've trained myself to detect those thoughts, so I don't listen to them. I say, all right, it's just my mind trying to make me give up. All right. But now I need to get up from the bed and I'm still in the bed. So what do? I need to first keep the thrill. Remember why I want to go to the gym in the first place. Remember the thrill of finishing my gym session, the endorphins in my brain, how good I feel after a gym. That helps me and helps my mind to understand why it's so important to go to the gym and to get up. Because if the mind detects enthusiasm and passion instead of anxiety is going to try to help you to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So, alright, I keep the thrill. I'm still in bed. Why is not working? Motivation can be a very powerful source for action, but it's not enough sometimes. And there are two reasons why we don't start the action. Either it's too daunting, or we don't know what to do. Maybe it's too daunting because we are thinking about going to the gym as a whole chain of tasks that we need to accomplish, instead of focusing on the first little step. So what I do is I keep the thrill of going to the gym, but I don't think about the amount of things I need to do in order to get to the gym or to make my gym session. So instead, what I do is to focus on what is the first little step I need to do. I need to get up. So I break down the going to the gym project into very small steps. The first step being getting up from the bed. But I'm still in bed. I cannot get up. So I need to break it down even more into more simple steps. Like, for example, moving my leg. And I break it down even more until a step doesn't require any effort. It is extremely simple to do. And I go to the level of muscles. I try to move my toes, I try to stretch my leg, and I try to make it happen in a way that is simple for me to do. And that helps me to start the action. Because motivation causes action sometimes it doesn't work, but for sure action causes motivation because it's starting the process. It's like a train. One step leads to another step, and one after another. You start in motion. So after one leg is out of the bed, the other leg follows, the hand puts the pressure on the bed to support, and I get up. And once I get up, I focus on the next step and I break it down. I don't think about going to the gym. I think, what's the next step? Break it down as much as you can. If you don't know what's the next step, that's the danger. That's a very dangerous thing because there is nothing that worries more to the mind than the unknown, when it doesn't have data to solve a problem. And when that happens, you need to provide data to your mind in order to calm it down. So if you don't know something, you need to research and you need to make sure you break down whatever you need to do. In the gym example, I go to the gym. That day I need to train arms, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how the machines work. So I go to the machine, I look at the instructions, I look at the drawings, I compare to the machine, I start to break down the learning process as well until it's simple. Okay, what I need to do now? I need to sit down and check what the instructions say and see if it makes sense and I really understand it. And if I don't understand it, I need to ask someone. So that becomes another project, another small project to solve, to unblock and to unlock that part of the chain that is going to allow you to continue and progress until the end. Which leads me to the fourth tool, which is focus and keep going. Focus and keep going. It's very important you focus on the task in hand. You don't think about the next step. You don't think about the outcome of your current task. You think about doing it in the most mindful way you can. Give all your love, give all your attention. Make sure you are aware of what you are doing without any distractions. The accomplishment of that step is very important, and being present is going to help your mind to be less anxious and help you to find solutions to accomplish that step. Don't try to make it perfect, because if you try to make it perfect, you're going to stay too long on that step. You're not going to progress. So try to just accomplish in the best way you can with the knowledge you have. I'm not thinking about my life. I'm not thinking about what I'm going to do next. I'm just aware. I'm just centered. And finally, you need to give yourself some rewards. It's very important after you accomplish all those steps that you give yourself reward. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you like it, just please press a like. And don't forget to subscribe, because I'm going to be releasing every week videos about self-improvement, about mind hacks, about ways to accomplish our dreams. See you.